Entertainment Soldier here, and I am back to talk about Star Wars Battlefront 2, the Scarif update, and what I think is the future for Battlefront as a whole. My thoughts on the game is it's a good game. I like it, but there's still issues. I would have loved to have seen more heroes brought into the game. I also would have loved to have seen more maps brought back, or new ones. But there you go. So it's just here. I'm pretty upset about the fact this is the end for Battlefront 2, because there's so much more that could have been added to this game. So much more. We could have got Ahsoka, we could have got Ventress, we could have got maps like Dathomir and Coruscant, and man, it was a massive gut punch to hear that this was the end for this game, and we all know why this is the end of the game, because EA and DICE want to concentrate on the new Battlefield 6. Because, unfortunately, Battlefield 5 went woke, so they went broke. That game has not fully recovered. It will never recover because they have ended that game as well. So, there is a lot of politics to why this game is ending. I'm not going to go fully into that. I think I should just go on about the Scarif update. I love the Scarif update. I love the fact we got Shore Troopers again. I do like the Rey skin we got. I also like that we didn't have to pay for any of these skins. I'm glad we got given it for free. I do see problems with this. And the main problem with the Scarif update is when you're playing as the Rebellion, you ain't got a fucking hope on most of the levels, because the Empire has an ATST, and they still haven't given the Rebels a tank. And I would have loved it if Battlefront had just given the Rebels a new tank, like they did in the original ones. But if they can't do that because of Disney or Lucasfilm telling them they can't, then just do what you did with the fucking Resistance. Give them a fucking ATST as well. Just put different markings on it. So, that is a major problem for me with this new update, because it's just a massive pain in the ass if you're the Rebels and you have to deal with the ATSTs and you haven't got a tank. And if anybody tries to give me that chicken walker that has a one-seat pilot and you can be easily shot off of it by a sniper, listen, that's a useless tank. That's why they cheapened that fucking thing to 20 credits or whatever the fuck it is. So that is a problem for me with the new update. I do hope that somehow they can sort it out by just giving the Rebels a fucking tank, or just giving them an ATST. Just do that. The smallest thing you have to do. But the rest of the update I liked. I love all the outfits that we got. Scarif's not a bad map. Problem with that map is it's completely identical to the fucking 2015 version. I would have preferred it if they made a completely new map, but I think they rushed this update. And that's been the biggest problem with Battlefront. Is just the updates have been either rushed or they've always come out with problems. And yeah, it's just been a continuous uphill battle for the creators of this game, because they started this whole thing on the back of bullshit, which was the star card system and the pay to win system. And they spent the first year of Battlefront trying to fix that. And that took so much time to do that they couldn't come out with any new content or new weapons. And that has been a problem for this game, is the weapons as well. only just got new weapons to this game, and now it turns out we will never get any more. And that to me pisses me off, because it's been three years, hasn't it? And we've only just got new guns. That's a major problem, because you get bored. Because everybody who's played this game will know that everybody knows the best rifles, everybody knows the best snipers, everybody knows the best pistols by now. And it just never got better than that with the weapons. But there are great things about this. I love the clone arcs that we got. I love the fact we got the ARC Trooper. I love the fact we got the commandos for the droid commandos. And the fact we got Republic commandos. So there are great things about this game. I also love the fact we got Anakin, Obi-Wan, General Grievous, and Dooku, and more. So I love all these heroes, but I would have loved to have seen Ventress. She would have been great to see in this game. And I mean, we just got the Ahsoka arc on Mandalore. Why the fuck did nobody at EA or DICE think about making that into a game mode in fucking Battlefront? I mean, for God's sake, the arc is fantastic. I know I still have to do videos on that arc. Trust me, I'm trying my hardest for them. But man, the Siege of Mandalore update to Battlefront would have been amazing. You would have had so many Star Wars fans flocking to Battlefront 2. So many. The arc is amazing. We would have expected the game to be amazing. I know I've pretty much talked a little bit about the Scarif update, but I'm now just going into crazy stuff. But you know, this game has not been perfect. I know a lot of people are saying it's gotten better. For me, this stuff that we got now, we should have got 2 years ago. And I think that's just going to be the biggest problem about this game, is that it's going to feel that we always got cheated. And I hate that feeling. I really do. And I've supported this game. I've played this game since it came out. I've played 2015 one as well. I supported that game even though I knew that was a piece of shit game. That was a beta fucking game that was not finished and that was thrown out. And the biggest problem with Battlefront 2 is the campaign. Iden Versio was a terrible character. Not an SJW character, okay? But a terrible character overall. Now, it's not the fact that she just joins the rebellion. It's just that fact we were promised we were going to see the war through Imperial eyes. And it just got turned into old regular Star Wars. Imperial turned to rebellion. Why did you do that? You should never have done that. This fucking campaign should have stayed on the Imperial side and just have gone all the way up to the First Order. You know, explaining how the First Order was able to become this massive thing. Because the films don't fucking explain it. This game, for me, just had a lot of problems. And I am going to miss it, though. I enjoyed playing it. I still enjoy playing it. I'm going to keep playing it. But I'm always going to have that feeling in my heart when I think, what could have been? What could have happened with this game if it wasn't started on loot boxes? If the system hadn't been created around that, what we could have got, what we should have got. And that's always going to be in the back of my mind with Battlefront. Now, what are my thoughts on the future of Battlefront? I doubt we're going to get one. You know, I think a lot of people are going to think, well, the game's done well now. Maybe EA will see the light and make a new one. This time, not try to fuck us with loot boxes. To me, I doubt it. I think this game, it never got big enough for a sequel. I think EA is going to concentrate more now on Battlefield because they need to sort that project out. They need to get that shit back on track because they went super woke with it and they've let Call of Duty take the high ground. Even though they kicked the shit out of Call of Duty when they came out with Battlefield 1. They literally... Call of Duty was so screwed. And they let it go for the SJWs. So... And unfortunately, I know some people are going to ask, like, what's this to do with Battlefront? Well, that's the point. They're going to have to focus on one game now, and it's not going to be Battlefront. It's going to be Battlefield. And that's very sad. Because I think they figured out what they have to do now with this game. That a new game would be amazing. But there's just not enough time. The virus has taken up a lot of time at EA. And they're just going to tell all their people now to get together and focus on Battlefield. And Battlefront will be left to the wayside. And that really does... That hurts a lot. I don't want to see that happen. But it's going to happen. The game will be abandoned. And Lucasfilm won't do shit about it. Because Kathleen Kennedy's still there. She is a useless cunt. And... oh, I hate her. But yeah, she won't force EA to continue it. I don't know if Disney will either. I think they're going to... again, Star Wars is not in a good position right now. And I think what they're going to do is try to force EA to concentrate on the Fallen Order. Because that was a fantastic game. And a new game would have a lot of fans to support it. Not that Battlefront doesn't have a lot of fans that will support it. But there's just been so much problems with Battlefront that I think EA will just see it would make more sense to concentrate on a game they know will work and a game that might work. So that's what my opinion is on the future of Battlefront. I think they're going to be done with it. I think, listen, there'll be people screaming for it. I will scream for it as well. But I just don't think EA are going to focus any attention on another Battlefront game. But my last point will be on my biggest disappointment with Battlefront 2, which is not the campaign. The campaign was shit, but there you go. But my biggest anger towards the game is Starfighter Assault. And how it was the funnest thing to do in the first year of Battlefront. And it was just abandoned. The only update it ever got was Last Jedi. And fuck me. Last Jedi was a shit film. And a lot of people didn't want to play the game because it reminded them so much of that movie. Especially me. But I enjoyed the game that much. I played it. And that really pisses me off because that was so much fun to finally play in space, and they just abandoned it. Now I know a lot of people are going to probably say, well, they abandoned it so they could focus on this new game mode. They didn't want to waste time with something not a lot of people are asking for, which I think is a bit underrated, because I do think there's a lot of people asking for an update or something new to Starfighter Assault. And that's probably why a lot of people are not asking for new stuff with Starfighter Assault, because you're not doing anything with it. You've abandoned it. You've focused so much on supremacy. There was no point playing that game, because it was just 4 or 5 levels. And then that's it. That game mode could have been introduced into Supremacy. When you take the ground, when you go up to fight the ship, why not just have a little level where you're flying in ships and defending transport so they can head into the ship? You know, you could have done that, Battlefront. You could have. But you didn't. And that is a shame to me. So, for me, the biggest thing I'm ever going to remember from EA's Battlefront time is disappointment. And I hope they come up with a new game for Battlefront fans, but I doubt it. I think it's done. And it hurts to say that. But that's my video. Please like the video if you like it. Please dislike the video if you dislike it. Do comment below and tell me, do you think I'm right? Do you think Battlefront's finished? Or do you think I'm wrong and you think EA would be stupid not to make a new game? Also, please share the video on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. That's it. This is Entertainment World Soldier. Bye.